preparing for Alexander?
Well, like you said, we had 2 weeks to prepare, just as they did for us, and we know that we know each other's style of play. We've played each other so many years, and we've been in the same district for a long time. But we're expecting a tough ball game. They're very physical, very they have all their skilled players back from last year, so they're very fast, and we know what to expect. But we feel like we're about the same as they are.
Well, usually a Thursday game is not what you want to after maybe a hard game, the Friday before. But since you had an open week, that helps you tremendously to prepare for them. And so we need to talk here to first Roger Olivas on defense and see what he's prepared to counter the Alexander offense this week.
Well, Morris, like Coach Gonzalez mentioned, we know each other real well. They have the same cast and the same coaches from last year. Their offense hasn't changed much. They had a wrinkle here and there, but they do what they do, and we do what we do. We know the plays they like to run, their favorite plays, their favorite formations, and we just got to get really good at recognizing and identifying what we need to do and what they want to do.
Well, especially on defense, execution is all important, especially if you want to put points on the board. But on defense, beating into the spot, knowing what to expect,
exactly.
Make sure you've got the correct coverages and all of that. Is something that you guys work really hard on.
And mixing it in at the same time. But yes, you hit it on the spot. I mean, they're going to, I don't know, without giving too much away, but yes.
I was about to say that. I'm sure you're not.
You want to tend to let everything out. But no, just getting good at recognizing their formations and what they like to do out of them and giving the respect to the receivers that they have. They have really good, like Coach said, they have a lot of speed on offense. The quarterback's a 3-year letterman. The running back's a 4-year letterman. So, and they have a huge offensive line. So, we got, at the end of the day, we got to tackle, we got to get a line and we got to tackle well.
Well, one of the points that Coach Cardenas will also, I think, talk about is this open week. I know football is a game where players get banged up.
Yes.
I'm sure that time gave time to heal some of that.
And especially when you play a team like San Marcos, who had some really, really big boys there, 6'6", 6'8", a few of those and some speed, and it was a real physical game.
Well, that's one of the things we don't realize up in the broadcasting booth and even up in the stands is what our players, both on offense and defense, especially down there in the trenches,
yes,
are facing. Because a lot of times we're outsized, but you still have to find a way to do what you need to do.
Yes, of course. And then, them being so big, but I mean, every team that we play is bigger than us up front. And that's, our style of football is, fast and physical, and that's the way we line up. And that's what the players that we have. And, it's hard for like you even tell our defensive players, if you're not this fast, you can't play defense for us.
Well, an old coach, and many of you will remember, used to say that it's not the size of the dog in the fight; it's the fight in the dog, right?
And my dad reminds me every day about that.
Yeah, well, your dad has been around just like almost as long as I have. Well, Coach, let's talk offense with Coach Javier Cárdenas. Can't win football games without
scoring points.
Scoring points. So I'm sure you've tore apart the Alexander defense, and you've looked at more or less what you need to do.
We've again, just Alexander over the years, structurally sound defense. They don't get too creative. They let those guys play loose and they let them go. But just touching base on this bye week that we had, it goes back to Bernie Champion. We were banged up after that game. Andres Garcia was out quarterback was out for two games. came back against San Marcos, and I'm happy to report that he was nominated and ended up getting the award for Mr. Texas for week number 5 against San Marcos. So that's a tremendous accolade and speaks volumes of the type of kid that we have in his leadership more than anything. And when we present him the award, the first thing he said, it's not about me, it's about everybody else. So that speaks volumes of, what the stuff that goes on behind the scenes with our kids. But, again, we're 0-0 going into district, Mr. Lipson. Everybody's 0-0. So what you take with you are the lessons that you've learned preseason, that identity, that foundation that you're building with these kids. The lesson, the ability to adapt, with teenagers, so having structure, having, that structure that the teenagers need, and they need it for 12, 15, 18 weeks at a time. So all those lessons, you bring them into them, and you hope that gives you some advantages in district. And I think we have a tremendous amount of advantages going into district. Again, Alexander's tough. I mean, they're built on toughness. Edwin Garcia, they took over the program 2 years ago, and they brought in a brand of toughness. And that's what they're known for. And then we have a common opponent at San Marcos. They got after San Marcos and beat them 31-24. So there's a common opponent there. And their defense is all about toughness. They've got number 0, Jorge Alvarado. That kid has a motor. I mean, he's relentless. He's going to be all over the film, grading the film and getting tendencies. That kid is in the secondary. He plays defensive line, but he's making tackles all over the field. So it's someone that we have to account for. Number 52, Jesus Guerra, 4-year starter. And then the Etheridge dynasty there in Alexander, another DB, and I think that's our strength of the defense. So, Alexander's going to pose a challenge for us. But again, we're taking the lessons that we've learned from that 5 weeks of preseason and putting them all together and trying to get advantages. And I think if we put be fundamentally sound, take care of the football, and do what we have to do. I definitely like our chances, for our first district win in Alexander on Thursday night.
Gosh, Coach, you know their defense better than their defensive coordinator. They're better than their defensive coordinator there.
We're ready.
We had 2 weeks.
Going back to Coach Tom Gonzalez.
We're ready. He said it all.
Well, he didn't leave much for you to say, huh?
That's it.
Tom?
No, we play tomorrow night, and in Laredo, if the weather holds up, hopefully, they're predicting all kinds of rain and everything, and the Mavericks ran into that a couple weeks ago in Laredo. So hopefully we get our game in, and we don't have to reschedule for the next day or Monday or whatever it is. But I'd like to wish the Mavericks good luck on their game to Friday night, and we're mid-season, so enjoy some football because it's going to be over pretty soon.
That is. It's going back real quick.
Right.
Well, there you have it. That's the Eagle Pass High School, the Eagle Pass Eagle side of our prediction show. And Ruben, now I'll take the camera over to the other side.
Partner, the last time you and I were in Laredo, we had to ask for room on the ark that was seen floating out of I-35 there. That deluge, that downpour, Coach, when we were down there a couple of weeks ago in Laredo. Hopefully it'll be better tomorrow when we're there broadcasting live for that Eagles game. We turn here to head coach Eric Villaseñor. Coach, we were down there, up there in Medina Valley in Castroville the past week. Your quarterback, young Mr. Cabrera, did a lot of growing up in that game, didn't he? Put into a tough spot, having to back up a couple of banged-up quarterbacks ahead of him. But I think he managed himself well, and I think he managed the offense well. Talk to us a little bit about that performance.
Well, he got thrown into the fire against a great opponent, first and foremost. I thought he made some mistakes. We knew that was going to happen, but we didn't want those mistakes to hurt us and turn into points for them. So we kind of had to limit, what we did with our menu of plays, kind of keep it simple for him and just make sure that we continue to grow weekly with him because he'll get the nod tomorrow night. But I think he found his footing. He adjusted to the speed. It's a different type of speed on Friday night. It's a different type of athlete on Friday night compared to junior varsity ball. But, Bobby has taken the reins. He's got a great work ethic. He's being coached by Coach Royce, who does a great job in developing those kids. And he's responded really well throughout the week, and he'll be ready to go Friday night.
You warned us about that stadium before we got there. Natural grass. It's weird to see that nowadays on that field. And then a tiny stadium reminiscent. I think Morris and I were talking on the broadcast about Old Eagle Field down here. Maybe that place might have even been a little smaller. Talk to us about the atmosphere there and about the job that your defense and your special teams. I think you guys hung in there tough for a lot of that game.
Oh, we did, and we tried to play field position, the best we could. and limit the mistakes. On offense and defense and special teams. I thought our kids played hard till the end. Medina Valley is one of the top tier teams in our district. You'll see them in second or third round of the playoffs, I feel, with the quality of athletes that they have, and Coach Britt and his staff do a great job.
Sounds good. Thank you, Coach. We'll pass the mic on. You can stay where you are there. We'll pass on the mic to offense coordinator Heriberto Royce. Coach, come on in here, because you, of course, are in charge of running this offense that has a young quarterback at its helm now. And you were in charge of putting in the plays and getting him the confidence that he needed to get that first start last week. Talk to us a little bit about what you saw from him last week and about what you expect moving forward. Now you've got South San.
That's right. And one thing, the challenge that we had, it was that, the Burbridge changes, longer plays, longer calls. We felt that we didn't want to add too much where it was going to be a problem where the execution part was not going to be there. But nevertheless, he did a tremendous job. He adjusted well, kind of like got settled in early. We see a big change from last Monday, knowing that he was going to get moved up to this Monday, coming back with one game under his belt that, Friday Night Lights, the speed. So it's a big change, and he's done well. He controls the huddle well, and he's really mature within 10 days. So we're happy for him. We're happy that we have him, and we expect big things from him.
Talk to us now a little bit about the game plan. I know you can't go into specifics, but what are you looking for this week as South San comes into town?
South San, it's a heavy junior senior class. They have number 88, Elegant Thompson, and number 92, Brandon Flores. They're defensive ends that are for sure they're in special teams, offense, defense. They're all over the field, and we expect we need to control the line scrimmage. That's the bottom line. We talked about, we've been talking about that, control the line scrimmage. We need to score early to catch some momentum, catch some positive vibes, and move up, and extend the drives. But nevertheless, control the environment as far as the line scrimmage.
Sounds good, Coach. We'll talk to special teams coordinator Charlie Soto here.
Thank you.
And I think we're back. On. Those might have been from before. Coach, one of the things that Bobby Cabrera came in to do was punt for you also. So you had him, running your offense, and then also doing some punting there on special teams. Talk to us about his performance there and about what your game plan is coming into South San.
Yes, he did come in. As Coach Royce had said, he came in, did a good job on the offensive part, and then he took over the punting as well. And, we adjusted to that a little bit, and he did a great job. We played field position. I think he averaged 40 yards a punt on his, against a quality opponent against Medina Valley. He didn't let anything get to his head as far as, this is a Friday night game or anything. It was just another day for him. And, he took control of the punt team as well. So, I mean, for this week, all units, we've kind of been adjusting to, what South San does, and, wrinkle here and there, but overall we've been getting after it as much as we can.
Very good. Thank you, Coach. In terms of coordinating special teams, talk to us a little bit about what you talked to the guys about heading into this week.
It's just another phase of the game. We're not on the field as much as offense and defense, but it is, the other part of it, and we get pretty much one shot at it. So we better be prepared. We better be ready and know what the assignment is. It's like preparing offensively and defensively, whether we're kicking off or receiving a punt. That's how we go into the game.
Appreciate your time, Coach. We're going to bring in head coach Eric Biasier. We're going to give Rene Ramirez the absence today, and he better come with an excuse. It'll be an excused absence.
Along with Coach Graff.
That's right. Along with Coach Graff the next time we see him. Coach, your final thoughts on moving on in district play in this game on Friday against South San?
Well, we're confident in our game plan. It's going to come down to execution like it always does on Friday nights. Got to stay healthy and got to make sure we protect the football, control field position, and tackle. We got to tackle well. They got a great running back, did some damage against Southside, and they pushed them to the brink. They had a 1-point loss against Southside, who's right now in first place in our district. So we're going to have our hands full, but our kids are ready. They're going to rise up to the challenge, and we're going to continue to fight.
We appreciate your time, Coach and partner. We'll turn over here now, and we'll turn our attention to our predictions as we do every week.
Before we go there, I was thinking here while you were doing the Mavericks that I've sent in audios of Coach Royce and Coach Cardenas's broadcasting voices to ESPN. I'm trying to get them auditions so that I can be their agent, and I'm hoping to get a response pretty quick. So
And agent's commission, of course, not just a response, but
of course.
there's got to be some commission there.
There's got to be something for the agent. No, let's look at our broadcast from last week, our predictions. Actually, Coach Graff would have gone 10-0 if he hadn't picked Pearsall. And I guess we all picked Pearsall. So I went decent 5-5. And Coach Gonzalez 7-3. Ruben 8-2. And Coach Villaseñor 7-3. We all picked Pearsall. I don't know who led us to pick Pearsall, but
Well,
we all lost on that one. But there was some of us that picked A&M and some of us that did pick Arkansas. But anyway, right now we've got I'm going to make sure I get this right because last time Coach Gonzalez, I wasn't giving him any credit. But him and Coach Graff are leading at 40-20. And Coach Ruben and Coach Villaseñor are both at 39-21. And I'm now bringing up the rear at 37-23. So let's get our predictions done for this week. We'll let who's leading? Coach Gonzalez, Hondo and Jordanton. Tom,
Jordanton.
Jordanton, and Ruben.
I'll go with Jordanton there too.
Jordanton, Eric.
Jordanton.
Well, gosh, I'll go with Jordanton, and I should have coaches' graph somewhere. Predictions. Pearsall and Carrizo Springs. Here's another Pearsall game. Tom.
I'm not gonna fall for grass trickery again. I'm going Carrizo Springs.
Carrizo Springs. Ruben.
I'm gonna go with Carrizo Springs there too. Yeah,
Eric.
I'm gonna go Pearsall.
Pearsall. Oh my gosh.
bounce back game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
I'll take Pearsall too. I'll make Coach Graff happy. Weslaco and Harlingen. Tom.
Weslaco.
Weslaco. Ruben.
Weslaco.
Weslaco and Eric.
I'm gonna go Harlingen.
Harlingen. You know, Eric, the last time I followed you, I went 5-5. But I will take Harlingen. See, this is a weird game. I don't know who sent this game in. It was one of you guys. Cedar Park Vista Ridge against Round Rock Westwood. Whose game was that?
Courtesy of yours truly. Yes, I sent that one.
You did that?
I sure did.
That means you've already researched. Well, Tom.
Cedar Park.
Hell, I can't even pronounce it. Ruben.
I'm gonna go with Cedar Park on that
Cedar
one
Park. Eric.
Cedar Park.
Cedar Park. I'll go Cedar Park, and Coach Graff is probably looking it up as we speak. Laredo United and United South. That's always a good matchup. Tom.
I'm gonna go United.
United. Ruben.
I'll go South.
Oh wow. Eric.
United.
Gosh, partner, I may go like 3-7. I'll take United. United South. And LSU in Missouri. This is one that's down your alley here, Ruben. Tom.
Missouri for sure.
Oh, Missouri.
See, now you guys are all jumping on the bandwagon. For 5 weeks, I've been telling you guys we're a good team, and nobody's been wanting to join me. There's room. There's a little room on the bandwagon. Let's see what happens.
Well, Ruben, I don't have to ask you, right?
MIZ.
And Eric.
LSU.
LSU. I'm going to go against you. I'm going to take LSU.
Well, either way, the Tigers are going to win.
But you can
On
get even down
Saturday,
here. Well, that's true.
Yeah.
Kentucky and Georgia is
That's right.
a really good. I mean, they're both 5-0. I think Kentucky may meet its match here. But Tom,
Georgia.
Ruben.
I'll go Kentucky there.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Eric.
Georgia.
I'm going to take Georgia, or I may go 0-10 if I don't. This was Alabama, and A&M. Tom.
Bama.
Gosh almighty. Ruben
I'm going to go with Alabama there, too.
and Eric.
Bama.
You know, I have to take A&M, and for sure, I'll go 0-10 this time. Oklahoma and Texas, Red River Showdown. Tom, I know who you're going to
I'll go with the number one team in the country, Texas.
Ooh, Ruben
Yeah, UT.
and Eric,
Texas.
Texas. Man, I'm going to break out in orange hives, but I'll take Texas. Cowboys and the 49ers, Jerry Jones.
Partner, we have a
Jerry
we,
Jones.
we have
Oh, look at Larry over there. He's-
we have a special picker here. Larry, why don't you come on over here and add your pick to this team, because we happen to have a number one 49er fan in the room.
Did Jerry Jones call you or what?
Yes, Jerry Jones called me, and I told him that he's got to look at the right team. So we're going for the 49ers this time around. It'll be a very close game. I know Ricardo, my colleague here, is a true Cowboy fan, but we'll be trash talking this weekend.
All right. Well, now for the real predictions, Tom.
Cowboys.
Cowboys. Ruben
I'll go with the Cowboys there.
and Eric.
Cowboys.
Gosh, I'll take the Cowboys. So sorry there. Well, there you have it. Ruben, take us home.
Well, we want to ask Larry back. We had some audio issues at the beginning of the show. We want to make sure. Larry, you've had about 25 minutes now to memorize the same script from when we started. I hope you've got all your numbers ready. No, but again, Larry, on behalf of Eagle Pass Sports Central, KINL 92.7, and all the coaching staffs here, we want to thank you for your hospitality here at IBC Bank. And again, we want to have you let the folks at home know about the advantages of banking with IBC.
Thank you again to Eagle Pass Sports Central. Great program. We appreciate the opportunity to host this prediction show week after week. We're very proud of IBC continue to be a good corporate citizen in our community. As a matter of fact, we're about to start our Scholar of the Month with the Eagle Pass Independent School District, where every month we recognize scholars from every campus. So we're very proud of doing that. We look forward to continued support from our community. We appreciate all the business that we continue to get. We've got about 10 convenient locations here in our region, 6 branches in Eagle Pass, 4 branches in Del Rio, and over 33 ATMs in our region for everybody's convenience. So take advantage of that. We invite you to come and enjoy our brand of banking.
Thank you so much, Larry, for having us here today and for your time. We want to thank the head coaching staffs here. Want to wish everybody luck. Tomorrow, Eagle Pass Sports Central will be live down there at the SAC in Laredo for that game. We hope we stay dry tomorrow, that game between the Eagles and Alexander. And we invite you to come out to the SAC here in Eagle Pass, Coastal Foster Veterans Memorial Stadium. That game on Friday night here between the Mavericks and South San. One final time, we want to thank our sponsors on behalf of KINL 92.7 and Universal Media Connections, Valde Record Service, Nevares Law Firm, Allstate Onésimo Elizondo, Saritas Tortilla Factory, TNT Rentals, IBC Bank, Stat Emergency, R&R Safety Wear LLC, Tienda de los Venados, Tabanay Insurance, Chapa Law Group, Choches Barbecue, Benavides Roads Insurance, Lorena Melo State Farm, Brown Chevrolet, Vargas Hardware, Ruiz and Associates, Maverick AC Supplies, Rudy's Optical, Yopos United Medical Centers, and on behalf of Eagle Pass Sports Central, Brown Chevrolet, Buick GMC of Eagle Pass, and Cedar Ford of Eagle Pass, State Representative Eddie Morales and Choches Barbecue. And again, our thanks here to the folks at IBC Bank for their hospitality here. For my broadcasting partner, Morris Lipson Jr., thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow night from Laredo. Thank you for joining us.